to Broncos and Parts Garage. My name's Chris. If you're new to the channel, please stick around to the end. You'll see additional links for content we've already created and uploaded. About 6 months ago, we released the Ford Bronco bucket seat cushion that fits 87 through 96 Ford Broncos. We've had fantastic feedback. We did make a how-to video on how to take apart your seat and install it. Today, I'm really excited to show you our new seat foam for the 40-20-40 split bench seat that was found in OBS Ford trucks from 92 to 97. Okay, and when I say 40-20-40, I'm referring to the bench seat in your trucks that has an armless bucket seat. You have the fold down jump seat and then another armless seat. I'm not talking about the bench with the fold down armrest. It actually has to have the jump seat and the console on top. A lot of people call it a lot of different names. For reference point right now, we're going to call it the 40-20-40 split bench seat. This is the foam cushion. It's made with a modern polyurethane foam. It does come with the OEM style Velcro. It's an exact fit for your trucks. It does also come with the rod inside the foam that you'll need to attach your cover with, about 3 or 4 hog rings. For this installation, you will need a pair of hog ring pliers and about 6 to 8 hog rings. I'm going to be selling a kit that will include the cushion by itself or the cushion with a pair of hog rings and the appropriate hog rings, let me grab one here, hog rings to get this installed. Today's video, we're gonna actually disassemble one of these 40-20-40 split bench seats. We're gonna show you how to do it so you don't have to cut into your vacuum lines. We're gonna install the foam, install the cover. We're not gonna show you how to put it all back together because no one ever watches that anyway. You just have to reverse the steps, but we will summarize at the end, so stick around till the end. There is one other thing I wanna touch on. These seats came in 2 forms. They came with a manual seat adjustments and they came with power adjustments. This one has power. The manual adjustment is just a little bit easier, but we'll get to that during the video. Let's get some tools and get started. One last thing before we start the video, I've got Christian, my sidekick. He's gonna be helping me today take this thing apart. At Broncos and Parts Garage, we are gonna start releasing some swag. We've got some t-shirts, take a look. Let's zoom in on this a little bit. So we're gonna have some t-shirts, maybe some coffee cups and some stickers. If you're interested, put something in the comment section below or contact me. All my contact information is in the video description. Let's go. The first step will be removing your split bench seat from your F-Series truck. On a standard cab or crew cab, you're gonna have 4 15mm fasteners holding on a 1-piece seat pan. You're gonna unbolt those, you're gonna disconnect your power lumbar, and you're gonna disconnect your seat belts, and you're gonna lift all 3 of the seats out, the driver, passenger, and jump seat, in 1 piece. If you have an extended cab truck, it's gonna come out 3 pieces. There's no individual seat pan. You're gonna have frames, much like this unit behind me. So you're gonna have to take out 8 15mm fasteners, as well as your lumbar controls, and disconnect your seat belts. Let's get started. The first step will be removing your seat trim. This one's seen better days, guys. You can tell that this cushion's been squished out and smashed. Whoever was sitting on it cracked off the bezel fasteners here. But to remove this, you're gonna wanna take a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, remove the fastener here, here, and on the back side, back here. Once you pull those off, this panel will lay down a little bit. And if you come in here, take a look. You've got 2 vacuum lines going to your lumbar switch. You don't have to remove this switch. We're gonna pull this vacuum line apart. On the power side of it, there's a plug in the seat pan. You can leave this fastened to this piece of plastic. We're gonna get to that right now. Right now it's very simple. We're just gonna pull the vacuum lines off that vacuum tee on the switch. Go ahead, Christian. Okay. Again, you don't have to disconnect your switches from the plastic because there is another plug inside the seat pan. Let's go to the next step. This next step only applies to people with power driver seats. You need to disconnect the harness underneath the seat. Christian's gonna do that right now. The next step will be removing the seat frame from the seat pan. It's held on with 4 10mm fasteners. There's 1 in each corner. If you have a non-power seat, you may need to hit your recline or release lever to make the seat slide back and forth to expose those 4 bolts. We're gonna take those off right now.
If you guys don't have a set of ratcheting wrenches, you're gonna wanna get some. These are phenomenal.
Yeah, we use Tecton wrenches and they have a swivel on the end. I'll put a link in the video description for all the tools that we're using today if you want to go online and get them. When you get these fasteners out, you obviously want to save them, put them aside. In one of my other videos, I showed you guys where we ordered these magnetic bowls from Amazon, and they work fantastic. You can just throw them in there. There's a magnet, the stuff won't spill over. We're gonna go around the other side. Again, the ratcheting wrench is key to getting these out. It's very tight in there. I'm gonna turn the camera off and let Christian get the other 3 out. Once all 4 of the fasteners are pulled from the seat frame, you can lay the seat frame down and you can set this aside. All right, next step will be removing your side trim. Be careful feeding the wires through the hole in the seat pan. And again, it's sharp metal. You don't want anything jagged touching. It's just a matter of gently pulling it. We're gonna take this trim and we're gonna set this aside. The next step will be removing the seat back. It's 2 13mm bolts on this side and it's a T47 on the other side. We're gonna back these out and gently lay this upper backrest down, and then we're slowly gonna pull out the vacuum line. Let's do that right now, Christian. All right, let's go to the other side. And again, I'll put links for those Torx bits. It's good to have a set of these when you're dealing with these old OBS. All right. Now, when we pull this back, a plastic washer is going to fall out. Make sure you grab that and keep it in the right place. Show them that washer. That protects your fabric from that hinge. We're going to put that in our little bin over there and hang on to that. So right now, we're about halfway through. You can see this vacuum line. Pay attention to this. It goes from your upper seat, from the bladder, and you simply just pull that out. When you put it back in, because we probably won't show you on camera, there's a hole in the seat pan. You just got to snake it through, reach under there and grab it. It's very, very simple. Don't be afraid of this stuff. All right, we've made it this far. At this time, I'd like to just please ask you guys to like, subscribe, and share this video. All right, let's get this cover off. We've already removed one of the clips. Be careful under here. It's a lot of sharp metal. I don't want you guys cutting your hands. But it's a matter of just sliding these clips over. It's gonna be a lot harder to put them back on, but they're kind of just like J-hooks or hooks. We're gonna pry the back one off. And if you run into any problems, feel free to grab some sort of little pry tool to get it in there, get an edge. This is pretty durable plastic, but you don't wanna crack it. And then you'll come up to the front, put your fingers under here. Now, when you pull this cover off, here, back up a little bit, Christian. You wanna just kind of roll it off. You don't wanna tear your fabric. And I told the guys with the Bronco cushions the same thing. We're just gonna roll it back, kind of peel it off the frame. You can see these thin spots. We don't wanna break or tear this. Get that like that. Flip it back over. And let me turn it around so you can see how the Velcro comes off first. You see the Velcro? There is no Velcro basically on the cover. It's part of the cover. But when you get up here, this is where the wire rods touch. And you have 3 hog rings in there. There's 1, you probably can't see them, 2, 3. Again, these are what hog rings look like. We're gonna be cutting these right now with some snips to get this cover off. You just stick it in, stick the snips in, find the hog rings, you could see them, and you'll know when you get them because they'll make a loud, cutting noise. Get this one, and this one. Sometimes you gotta cut them more than once. Just the nature of where they're made, because you're pinching that metal around and they get all hooked up. See if I missed one here or not. Yeah, I didn't cut this one all the way. I cut it all the way, but it's still hooked to the foam. So it's just a matter. Now, this is out. This is what the hog ring looks like when they're cut. And you'll see the rod in here. Now zoom in right here, Christian. See that red rod in here? Right there? That's what you're going to be attaching that fabric to with the new hog rings. We'll show you how to do that right now. Let's get this old oxidized crusty cushion off. Basically, after you take off the last clip, it's going to come off. You can see how oxidized and squishy this is. I mean, this is basically useless. It served its purpose. We love these trucks. Let's get rid of that. You've got your seat frame. Look it over, man. Look for stuff like this where this jute has torn. You might want to just put another piece of string in here. I've never had to replace any of that stuff. Make sure your springs are all intact, nothing's broken. Without the integrity of this seat, the foam will probably break down faster. Let's get the foam installed. All right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. We're gonna get this OBS Ford split bench seat cushion back installed. I'm gonna show you how to do the hog rings real quick. But as you can see, it's just a matter of setting it back on your pan. It basically falls into place, just like you see it here. You got a lot more density. It's gonna be a little bit firmer than your OEM one. Let's get this cover back installed. Christian, zoom in a little bit in here. What you wanna do is take this piece of wire And there's another composite wire inside this foam. Probably can't see it, but you'll be able to feel it with your fingers. You're gonna evenly tuck this wire down inside the foam. And I'm doing this on the opposite side, so it's a little tougher for me. All right, once you have the rod tucked in the channel, you want to get your hog ring pliers. Again, I sell these $14 or $14.99, I can't remember. Comes with the hog ring pliers and enough hog rings to get both of your seat cushions installed. You want to take it, load it like that, and you want to, it's kind of hard to show because it's in a valley here, but you want to pierce the fabric, right? And then you want to push down hard enough on an angle, you want to twist it, push down, you want to find that other rod that's embedded in the foam, and you want to push down past it, and then squeeze these together as hard as you can. I'm sorry I can't get a better image, but that's it. If you can look in there now, we've got that hog ring is now around the embedded rod in the foam and the rod we just took out. It took 2 seconds. It's fairly simple. Back up a little bit, Christian. We'll do the next one. Again, you load it up. You can do 3 or 4 of these. I'm going to include 8 in each kit. Sometimes I've done this where I've missed the lower rod and you have to snip it back out and start over. It happens. Maybe practice a few times. So we're going to go with the next one right here. And again, it's a matter of making sure that one of these spikes or the edge of the hog ring goes around that the metal rod in the seat cover. Push down, crimp that over as hard as you can, and now that's embedded in there as well. It's very simple. As a matter of fact, I probably should have shown you this first. Zoom in on that. Basically, all we're doing is going like this, and it's joining the two, and you make a loop, and it's a permanent loop. It won't come apart. So let's do one more, because OEM came with 3. I'm probably gonna put 4 on mine. A little overkill. If your rod has come up, just tuck the rod back in the foam. Again, kind of go on an angle. You can actually see this one kind of good. And then push down. There's the other rod. Push down. Make sure you're hooking underneath it. Squeeze your pliers together. A little bit more. You're all set. Okay, we got the hog rings on. One thing I want to show you guys is that make sure you have the cover turned the right way. I actually hog ring this thing on backwards. Make sure you get it lined up the right way. That was my mistake. I don't know if any of you guys caught it, but we got a good laugh out of it. Obviously, if it's backwards, the cover isn't gonna fit your cushion right. So now let's get to putting this back on. I always like to turn the cushion inside out a little bit, like you see here. And you have your Velcro. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna turn around so you can see the Velcro on this one. You've got the Velcro right here. You got 2 strips. You want to kind of line it up. It should line itself up as best you can, but you just want to start rolling this over the edge. Same with the front. Rolling it over, and you don't want to tear or snag anything. It's gonna get tighter and tighter. You want to make sure that the seams are on the edge. There are no trenches for these seams like on the Bronco bucket cover. So it's a matter of just lining everything up properly. There really isn't a wrong way to do it, but you want to make sure that you don't have any type of puckering like we see here. But this is all going to go away when we get this cover on here nice and tight. And I'm not looking where I'm pulling this, but I'll see it in a second. So I'm going to flip it over. And again, you're going to want to start pulling this stuff, making sure you got things lined up right. The sides, you want to take your vacuum lines and make sure they're out the holes. See the back here. Again, it's old fabric. This stuff's delicate. Just take your time. Get this stretched over here. All right, let's get these flaps put on. I'm going to do the back flaps first. And these are probably the hardest. You'll know if you have your cushion not lined up right because this won't fall into place that easy. So we'll see. If you do end up putting it together and it's off, just take it apart and redo it. Take your time. You can keep doing this, you know, just take care of the fabric. Next thing I'm going to do is put the side on, like you see here. I'm going to wrap that around. Now, you saw us remove this to put some of these Christmas tree plugs back in your harnesses. So you can do it now or you can do it later. I'm going to do it right now to just to, show you the cushion installed. So we're going to get this one in. And you'll also know that these holes will be exposed for all the lines and fasteners that have to go through here. So There's a lot of tweaking, a lot of adjustments. So again, take your time. This one, you're gonna snap this over, and you just kind of want to work this into position. You want to seat that Velcro. Your hog ring was right here. The Velcro is right here. If it does have a little bit of a pucker, don't worry about it. As soon as you plant your keister on this thing, it's going to set that Velcro. Flipping it back over, if you look right here, you're going to have to do some tweaking right here to get your fasteners exposed the proper way. You might have to hold it up there. You might have to have someone do it when you're putting your seat back on, or running your controls and wires out the holes on the driver's side of the seat frame. Again, I want to touch base on the holes on the side of the cushion. We'll go around all 360 degrees. Your fasteners right here, you're hooking up your vacuum lines, your lumbar, your switchery would go here, as well as the harnesses underneath. And these holes back here, you may have to have someone help you compress that cushion down to put your fastener in and make sure this fabric is underneath that hole. On the other side, on the interior side, you may have to have someone move this. I can't see, you're gonna have to let me know.
Right there.
To expose that, you gotta make sure you put your washer back over there to protect your fabric. That's the inside. The front, as you can see, fits good. This one right now I think it looks pretty good. The seam, it may need to go over a smidge that way, but the old cushion, as I said before, didn't have trenches for these seams like the Bronco ones did. So that's where we're at now. And you can see those wrinkles have been pulled out of this. This fabric's gonna have wrinkles, but compared to the other way, when you sit on it, it's gonna be denser, it's gonna be a firmer foam. We're just really happy with the way this turned out. And as you can see, it's not symmetrical the way these are set up. They're designed to match the inner bench seat, you know, with this pattern. So don't let any of that throw you off. Just make sure you got the seam all the way around the edge. Let's get into a summary of putting this back together. I'm sure you've got your seat cover installed by now. You've probably lined up all the seams and it's looking fantastic. Again, I'm not gonna show the reassembly video because no one ever watches it, or you can just watch the video in reverse. I'm just kidding, that was an ode to Jim Carrey. What movie is it, Ace Ventura? Anyway, the first thing you want to do, and a lot of people have forgotten this, that I've showed how to do this before, is put the vacuum line in. Find the hole in your cover, find the hole in the seat pan, reach underneath there, pull it through. Everything else will be in reverse. You'll want to put your washer back in. You'll want to get your T47 Torx. You'll want to bolt this back together. Back up a little bit, Christian. You want to bolt this back together. You want to get all of your vacuum lines that we disconnected underneath there assembled. You want to put the power seat back if you had power seats. The next step would be your lumbar actually harness and plug. You want to make sure that your vacuum lines are still coming out where they were when we first started, okay? Once you get that all put back together, you bolt on your seat frame and you're good to go. If you have any questions, please put your comments or concern in the comment section. I guess that was redundant. We had a really good time making this video. We love the product. It's going in 2 of my OBS trucks. I actually have a split bench seat in my supercharged lifted Bronco you've seen in videos. It's fantastic because I made the bucket seat cushions first, but I couldn't even use it in my own Bronco. If you have any questions or concerns regarding the installation video you just watched, please put something in the comment section below. If you have any other questions, you can find all of my contact information, including my email, in the video description. Just press on the title. I think the word more will show up. Click on it again, and you'll see everything you need to know. I'm selling these directly. In a couple months, they'll probably be available through retailers, but people, you got half off shipping. I will be selling the hog ring kit for $14.99. It'll include the pliers and the hog rings to do the kit. Thanks for watching the complete install. I hope yours went well. You can find me on Facebook, Broncos and Parts Garage, TikTok, Instagram. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We had a lot of fun making this video again. It's a fantastic product. Order yours today. Ass Man out.